Hi everyone, and welcome to the Lazarus Motor Show. My name is Steven Siegel, for those of you that are new to the show, and welcome on this great Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I might look a little bit burnt and a little bit rough on the edges. We're way busy shooting a new short film, and we just got back from Morimole. What an experience, and absolutely loved it. So it's great to see you back here on the show. Thank you so much for joining me. Those of you that are joining, you know what to do. Just give a like or a follow or something like that. And I'd love to hear if you can hear me and you are ready for this afternoon show. So those of you that are new to the show, that I haven't joined before, the show's all about the Lazarus Motor Company. It's all about understanding the people behind the brands, behind the dealerships, and bringing them to you. Because let's face it, when you're going out and buying, the minute you can connect with someone that's got similar likes to you and similar, things that they do, you tend to want to relate to them and trust them and end up buying from them. So that's the whole idea behind this, and especially in season 1, is getting to know the people behind the brand. And as you know, the Lazarus Motor Company is a family business. The way they do things, the way they hire people, the people that do work for the company, it's people that care, and it's people that don't just sell you vehicles and sell you products. It's people that really are interested in what you want. And like I was saying last week, it's all about when you go in there and sometimes you think, there we go. There we go. I'm going to put this up because I'm another year older. Thank you so much, guys. This is where the family comes in. Thank you very, very much. We got Lebo, how's it? Thank you very, very much. Anyway, so yes, it is my 57th birthday today. I'm just joking. Yeah, I'm on the 41s, so that's where I am. Anyway, so it's really about getting to know the people. So when you're going to buy a vehicle, and I've seen this, and I've been on the showroom floor, when people come in and you come in with an idea of the vehicle you think you need and want to buy. And what's nice is you can buy that, and the salespeople will help you with that. However, what ends up happening is they say, yes, sir, or ma'am, I think this is great where you're going. How about this to compensate for what you're wanting? So that's what I loved about the dealership. I love that I can go in there, everyone's so friendly, and it's just a great place to be. So this week, and you would have seen, those of you that have been joining us, this season we started off with Ford, and then we went up to Mazda, then we went to Kia, and now we are at Jaguar Landrover, the prestigious brand out of the whole dealership. It's got beautiful vehicles as well. And we're just going to be chatting to Gerhard, which is the brand manager for Jaguar Landrover Centurion. I hope I get it right with regards to that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the history of the brand, and obviously him and how his team runs and engages with you. So before we do that, I just want to check here. We got people watching. Thank you so much. Love it. Monique was great on the show as well. Great seeing you there as well. And Fani, #1 fan. I have to bring you something next time I see you there. I see Gerhard smiling in the background. Now, this is the George Clooney of South Africa. Let me tell you, ladies and gents, ladies, be ready, because here he is coming on. Check, he's going to sort me out later. Anyway, so I'm talking too much right now. I'm going to bring on Gerhard Moolman. We're going to be chatting to him and finding out more about this prestigious brand, about this great brand, which is Jaguar Landrover Centurion. So let's welcome onto the show Mr. Gerhard Moolman. Hey, Gerhard, how are you?
Hi, Steven. Well, thank you, and happy birthday.
I see you blushing there nicely. Sorry.
No, I'm going to get you for this one. It's fine. I like it. I like the
banter. You see, I got the first shots in beforehand, but there is some stories that Gerhard knows about me that I hope it doesn't come out, especially with a certain duffel bag that I have.
Yeah. We'll get there. I guess a couple of people know.
At least we can keep that for now. Check, I'm blushing. Anyway, tell me, Gerhard, I wanted to check, when did you start out in the vehicle game? What were you always a petrolhead, or did you always love vehicles? I want to find out a little bit more about you and who you are, and then we're going to move into, obviously, the brand.
Yeah, Stephen, I think as any young boy, motor cars is something that either excite you or they don't. And going into a brand like Jaguar Landrover has always been a dream for me as a young boy in South Africa. I think I always tell the tale, if I had to win money and people said to me, there's a check, go buy any luxury brand, I think Jaguar was always top of my list. And to be able to work for a brand like Jaguar Landrover is absolutely a blessing. And especially at Lazarus Motor Company makes it even 10 times better.
Absolutely. And we've been talking about it, and the family inheritance once you start there. Do you feel it's obviously you've joined? When did you join up with Jaguar Landrover Centurion and Lazarus Motor Company?
I've been with Land Rover now close to 20 years that I've been with Jaguar Landrover, the brand. But I only recently joined Lazarus Motor Company. I only joined at the 1st of December. It feels like 10 years ago with lockdown and 2020 throwing all curveballs at us and everything like that. But from the moment I walked in there, it was like just hand in glove. It was a fit that was supposed to happen a long time ago. And I think if you go full circle and end up at Lazarus Motor Company, this is where I was always supposed to be.
And let me tell you, you fitted in beautifully. I've seen you've been doing some amazing things since you started there. The team seems all hyped up and ready, and I've seen cars just flying out your sales room floor. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Now, tell me, what would you say, and I'm going to get into the history and heritage of Jaguar Landrover as well, but what do you think is the key or the what sparks the people now to suddenly come in and start buying and interacting? What's your key with regards to sales?
Stephen, I think at this stage, we're getting a lot of people, and I don't want to say it's like I'll show you purchase to show COVID and to show everybody that I've recovered more than what everyone expected. But we've had 3 record months since the showroom could open on the 2nd of May. June, July, August, and September, we've had record months back to back. And I think we've sold stock that was supposed to last us around about 8 months. We've sold in 4.5, 3.5 months. So
well done.
The market has absolutely turned in our way, in our favor. We've had, on new vehicles, we've had record months. On the pre-owned side, we've had good months. So it's just that, I think that energy and to work for a company like Lazarus, where Colin is involved on a daily basis. He's there every single Saturday. It's like a family. And our clients experience that. When you walk in, you get welcomed like a new family member. So the sales have been absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
Do you think it's, from what I'm sensing, people, and I've been keeping track of certain brands that, yes, it's been really tight. So now what we've done is we've started watching our buck and going and investing and saying, you know what, if I'm going to invest, let me invest a little bit more and let me get something that I know I can depend on and that's beautiful, luxurious. Would you say that you agree with that potentially from some of the sales side of things?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Stephen, we've seen other luxury brand vehicles. You see, Land Rover and Jaguar have always been a very aspirational brand. So people have always said, when I do make it in business one day, I will buy a Range Rover, because that's the pinnacle of what you can purchase in that market. And we've now seen guys moving that up sooner to say, you know what, I deserve to take this car now. I deserve to spoil myself and my family with the pinnacle of motoring, and I'm going to get that Range Rover. So we've seen that in the last couple of months over and over again. So yeah, it's amazing.
I love that you say, I deserve it. It's actually such a great slogan, because you do deserve it. And I do deserve it. You're working hard and you're doing that. So exactly. Tell me a little, let's go dive into a little bit of the history of it. Because I want to just differentiate, because, you look at Jaguar and then there's Land Rover, but it's together somehow. And I just want to put that to the audiences, the people that are watching, that is Jaguar and Land Rover separate, but they're together. How does that work? And tell me a little bit more of the history, if you wouldn't mind, of the two brands and the one brand, or how it is.
Okay. To put it like this, Land Rover and Jaguar have always been in bed together, if you want to call it that. They're separate brands, but from the same stable. Jaguar and Land Rover are both British brands that come from Great Britain. The factories started in Great Britain. There's a heritage of racing on the Jaguar side and a heritage of adventure on the Land Rover side. So currently, our current model lineups share the same engines. If you look at a Jaguar F-Pace, a 2-liter diesel, and the Range Rover Velar 2-liter diesel, share the same engine. So the platforms are similar. There's a lot of history involved in these two great British icons. And it just makes sense to have them in one stable. The one's a luxury sporty vehicle, where the Land Rover side is more adventure, family SUV type of vehicle with huge 4x4 capabilities and heritage that come with it.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And you can see it. And what I'm going to do, talking about that, because obviously we're going to be moving into the next few weeks, I'm going to be able to jump into some of the vehicles, give reviews to the audiences. So we're going to be picking some of those. But just to show them, and I've got a little video here I saw the new Jaguar F-Type. And just to talk about performance and that. So I'm going to quickly put a video on, if that's okay. And then what we'll do is we're going to show you the new Land Rover Defender, which is also just... That's amazing. So let's quickly show you guys the F-Type, and here's a quick video. Now that is one beautiful car.
It is indeed.
I don't want to go too much into it because hopefully it's one of the cars that we're going to be touching on, and obviously I'm going to be chatting to your sales. Now, how does it work with regards to it? Because I know you brand managers. It's your the sales guys, sales force. What do you call them? Are they brand influencers, or how do you call? What do you call them?
We tend to move away from the word sales executive, because immediately a client walks in and he speaks to a salesperson. He thinks a sale is going to happen, and you feel, I maybe just want to come and ask some advice. So we like to call our sales executives lifestyle consultants, because
love that.
they will sit and listen to your needs. First of all, always say to the guys, listen to what the customer expects from a vehicle. What do they do over weekends? Do they go mountain biking? Do they go trail running? Do they enjoy drives out into the countryside and things like that? What do they do in their pastime where they need to enjoy their vehicle, and advise them into purchasing the right car? So we call them lifestyle consultants, because they need to listen to the customer's expectation first of all.
Love that. I really, really love that. Lifestyle consultant. That's, I mean, I've experienced and I've heard them on when they're talking to the clients, and you can hear them finding out more about the client and understanding their needs, which is really, really beautiful. But so Jaguar F-Type that we just went on now, I don't want to talk too much about it because I'll be chatting to potentially one of your lifestyle consultants about it and diving into the specs. But what's your feel on the F-Type?
Well, that car is as exhilarating as you can find. I think it's the best bang for your buck if you want to buy a sports car with a growl that is, you can't compare with anything else, because that 575 horsepower 5-liter supercharged engine just is unbelievable. The exhaust tone, the performance, everything like that. But we'll get into that in more depth. But that car it takes your breath away, honestly.
Absolutely, and you can't miss. Sorry. You can't miss that F-Type's growl. I mean, when I first jumped into one many years ago, and I think it was the first time it was launched, and you turn that into dynamic mode,
yes.
and you got it's just
monster.
It's really exhilarating. So that obviously is the sportier side of things. I mean, there's also a vehicle that's really making some waves. It's the E-Pace. Am I right? The E-Pace SVR is.
No, the E-Pace, the F-Pace is the SVR. So that's the same.
F-Pace. Yes.
Yeah, same engine as that 5-liter supercharged Jaguar F-Type. So that in the in the performance SUV market is making big waves at the moment. It's a I don't want to say a cheaper version of your Range Rover Sport SVR, but same performance, same everything in a compact SUV. It is just mind-blowing.
Yeah. I've just heard so much, and so many people have asked me about it. So we're going to be chatting hopefully about that as well. So let's let's move, since we're talking on the bigger side, or would you like to say something about that?
No. Let's move on. Let's move on to Land Rover. I think it's a good idea.
Perfect. So here we go into the Land Rover side of things. And this is the new Land Rover Defender that, can I tell you, so many people have been waiting for. I've been waiting for it, and you can't seem to keep stocks. It's just flying out. So let's quickly have a look at this vehicle.
It's time for a new chapter. More than 70 years of unrivaled history. An icon reborn, reimagined, redesigned. It's time for a new Defender. Incomparable and unstoppable in a category of its own. Familiar yet new, an unmistakable silhouette. Wherever you are in the world. Designed for purpose, engineered to excite. 21st century technology, world-class powertrains, exceptional off-road, engaging on-road. The companion for adventure, big or small, ready to go above and beyond. Innovative, groundbreaking, a leader, a digital Defender. One name, many characters. Explorer, adventure, country or urban. Defined for different purposes. Designed for all of us. Capable of great things. The new Land Rover Defender.
So now this beauty is absolutely phenomenal, because, when we heard that there's going to be a new Defender. Now the Defender of old is it's that rugged, it's just everything that you want from an outdoor vehicle, that, that raw kind of side of things. And when they're redefining it, and we're like, geez, this thing, how's it going to come out? And I mean, what is your thoughts of it? And tell me the process. I mean, we went from that, I can't call it the old look, but the old look into this new wow look. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, look, Defender's come a very, very long way. So the first Series 1 Land Rover was built in 1948. And from there on, it came through a whole process of evolution, almost, from Series 1 to Series 2, Series 3. Then Range Rover came into the picture. Later on, Discovery came in. But Defender has always been this very iconic vehicle that a lot of people, if you go to schools, and did a survey in the UK, and obviously with Land Rover coming from the UK, the footprint there is just so much bigger. So if they went into a school and said to kids, draw the first vehicle, the first car that you can remember, Defender was 80% of those sketches was a Defender.
Wow.
And that's the first car a lot of people remember on the farm that you grew up with. It's a vehicle that was turned into a fire engine. It's a vehicle that went through rivers and up mountains with the Camel Trophy and the G4 Challenge and everything. So much have been built around Defender that in 2015, when they announced that Defender's come to the end of its lifespan, it's like our world fell flat, almost. So when new Defender was in the making, there was what they called the DC100, was like a concept that they released very early, like in 2017, they released sketches and things of the DC100 to test the consumer's reaction to this vehicle. And it was foul. Nobody approved because it was too futuristic. Yeah, it was too futuristic. It was out there, and people stood up against it. So the designers of Land Rover, the design engineers, went back, scrapped the DC100 completely, and started from the ground up, rebuilding Defender to what the consumer wanted. They wanted a rugged car, square, bulky, chunky, with awesome 4x4 capabilities and built-in luxury. And yeah, we have the new Defender today, and it is probably the most anticipated car in the world of motoring in the last 3 years. And when that car hit the ground this year, we have not stopped. We don't have enough. We can't get enough. It's just like everybody wants the new Defender.
And you know what's interesting? What I loved about this vehicle is you anticipate and you're so excited and you can't wait for this thing to be launched. And so often a vehicle or something is launched and you're like, but what was with the Defender, you literally, that excitement just carries on. And as you jump into it, you like, so from seeing it into jumping into it, I mean, I haven't driven it yet. We're going to talk about that. But literally, yeah, no, for sure. But with regards to just looking on the inside in the cockpit, and you just go, wow, you just keep going, wow, with regards to this vehicle. And I think it's a great, I can't wait to be jumping into that. So congratulations on that.
I'm fortunate enough to be driving one at the moment because like all our other cars, my demo's been sold and everyone's demos have been sold. So we take turns with a new Defender. And I promise you, Stephen, if you stop at a shopping mall, if you stop outside a fast food place or something, people come up and actually take pictures and ask you, wow, can I just look inside this car? Because what we expected, Defender just went more than what everyone expected. It was what you expected times 100 because of the wow factor in this car.
It's insane. Congratulations on that. I can't wait to get into that. And I can't wait, obviously, to show the viewers that do watch this what it's all about. But talking about that, the wow factors and all that you're doing, you guys do a lot. And you specifically, I know you're into cycling. Not right now.
Not right now.
And he's teaching me and how to get into it. But you do a lot of initiatives, and I know you got some cycle challenges, and you do that kind of thing. Is there, like, tell me a little bit more about those kind of initiatives that you guys are doing?
Yeah, well, Stephen, in the past, we Land Rover is a lifestyle brand. So the type of clientele that walk into our showroom are active people. They look after themselves. They professionals in their field. So most of them are at the pinnacle of their business life, and they start putting back into their social and personal lives and looking after themselves. So they either are very avid runners or cyclists, or they're into fitness and health and things like that. So we've tied up with a lot of charities in the past, like the Changing Diabetes charity, where we cycle from Johannesburg to Cape Town, and we educate communities on the road by doing activations in townships and things like that to educate communities about type 1 diabetes, because children pass away at a young age and the parents wouldn't know that their kid is actually type 1 diabetic. So we've taken hands with that, for instance. We've taken hands with the Rhino Foundation for preserving our rhino population in South Africa. The wild dogs. Land Rover has always been the driving force behind the Wild Dog Conservation Trust. So a lot of places we've got a lot of activity going on in lots of different areas and different fields.
Oh no, I absolutely love it, and I respect it. I mean, I know the Land Rover's Defenders went out obviously for COVID across the world actually in supplying. So great initiative. And I saw, and those of you that are watching, talking about initiatives, you just sponsored, there was an event with some of the celebrities that were crossing, a 200-kilometer, was it the desert? Tell me more about that initiative.
Yeah, so there was, during COVID, SuperSport and all the sports platforms on TV and everybody, they were looking for content with everything in them because nobody had anything. You were looking at boxing matches and fights from 2001 because there was just no content to put on TV. So some of the guys came up with a very bright idea to measure up the different sports codes against each other in a 200-kilometer walk across the Verneekpan in the Northern Cape, unassisted and only them. But the player, the big thing in this four-man team was a cart that they had to pull across the Verneekpan with all their water and everything that they need to carry with them was on this cart, and that thing weighed 200 kilograms. So there was a netbank running team with all three runners, and then Eric Vermeulen as the team leader. So there was the runners, there was a soccer team, rugby and cricket. So guys like Makai and Tini, Lance Klusner, John Smith, Hanyane Shimange, Skulk Brits. So all these people competed against each other, not at the same time, but a week apart, to see who could cross that 200-kilometer walk over Vernier in the quickest time. And needless to say, the runners came out tops by almost a day. That's how quick they were across Vernier. It was amazing. Yeah,
that is phenomenal. No, I mean, your brand and your company is so jam-packed with exciting things and amazing initiatives. I mean, those of you that are out there, you have to go and have a look. You have to go into the dealership, obviously chat to the team there, because there's so many cool things, so many fun things to do. So it's like you're saying, you're pushing that lifestyle that I absolutely love about the brand itself. So I wanted to ask you one last thing. If you had to choose one of the vehicles, actually, let me give you two. Let's give you two vehicles that you would choose to have out of all of them. Which two would they be?
Yes, even that's such a difficult question. I'm just going to go with the best of both worlds. I'm going to have a Defender, the new Defender in my driveway, and definitely the F-Type. I mean, it's the two cars we spoke about today, but I think it's best of both worlds. You cannot ask for any better. So those two, hands down.
I love it. Absolutely love it. And I think I would have the exact same thing. So great choice. Last thing, because, everyone always wants to know, and before I let you go, and I thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday, is specials. Any kind of specials that you have running right now? Don't go into too much detail, because obviously I want to chat to the lifestyle consultants about that. But is there anything you'd like to mention before, obviously, our next show, which is going to happen next weekend?
Specials at the moment. I think we're focusing on the approved pre-owned vehicles at the moment. Because of the stock shortage, we're struggling. I wouldn't say struggling with stock, but our focus at this stage, the main focus is on the approved pre-owned side, where we have great deals going with Westbank, our Jaguar Landrover financial services partners, extending of maintenance plans, and everything like that to make sure that you're covered for the whole duration of your ownership on the car. We do a free multi-point check, which is a 165-point multi-vehicle check in our workshop that we do for free without charging the client. So, our focus definitely at the moment on approved pre-owned Land Rover and Jaguars.
Perfect. Well, Gerhard, thank you so much for your time. You are phenomenal. You want to be on the screen there, Mr. George Clooney. Thank you very, very much. And I'm definitely going to see you this week and have a chat.
Thank you so much. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Thank you. And all the best to your family that side.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Cheers. Bye. All right, ladies and gents, that there is Gerhard Moolman. He is the brand manager for Jaguar Landrover Centurion. You can see this is why the brand and the company does so well. It's great leadership from above. It's about getting involved and the lifestyle consultants learning more about you and doing some great things. And why I'm saying that great things, as I'm saying that, is they are building on the lifestyle side of things. We all want to be part of a community. We all want to be able to go and be part of something bigger. And let me tell you, Jaguar Landrover Centurion, that is what they're about. So if you're into the outdoors and doing something special, there's definitely always something for you to do. So go and visit them, go and have a look at that. The other thing is on the F&I side of things, I know the F&I new lady has joined, and she's winning awards left, right, and center for helping our people to be able to join and experience the Jaguar Landrover experience. So go there, have a chat, have a look, and get involved with regards to Jaguar Landrover Centurion. And you notice I said get involved because it's so much more than just buying a vehicle. It's about joining that family, joining that community, and having some fun. So that is it for us this week. We are going to be going into Jaguar Landrover next week, where I'm going to be jumping into a vehicle. I'm going to keep it a secret which one we're going to get into, and I'm going to give you a review. So those of you that have joined us through this, thank you so very much. This is now Jaguar Landrover dealerships time, and we're going to be chatting to them through the next 3 weeks or so. So if you have any questions or would like to find out more, make sure you go to laz.co.za. Let me quickly share the screen with you so you can have a look. Give me a here, just quickly moving it across. And you go into laz.co.za, and you can go to dealers, and you go to either Jaguar or Land Rover. So you can just click here, and you can go obviously to the respective sites on it there. Okay, so this is obviously the Jaguar side of things, And then you can see underneath here is all the options that you would like. And then you can move back and you can go onto the Land Rover side of things. All right, so that's the intro into Jaguar Landrover Centurion with Gerhard Moolman. He is great. You can see really warm, welcoming, and a great guy to be around. So thank you so much for a great time. I hope to see you next week. Till then, all the best. Stay safe. Enjoy life to the fullest, because that's what Jaguar Landrover experience is all about in Jaguar Landrover Centurion. Till then, I'm Steven Siegel, and this is the Lazarus Motor Show, brought to you by the Lazarus Motor Company. All the best. Till next time, goodbye.